Hi there, my name is Teresa Tysinger. I am so excited to be here today reading for Wednesday Excerpts, and super big thanks to Tony for inviting me. I've had the pleasure of doing a few of these, and I'm happy to be back here again. Today I am reading from Suddenly Forever, which is the second book in my Laurel Cove romance series. I decided to pick this one today because it is currently on sale. You can get the ebook for just 99 cents today through May 14th. So be sure and check that out. Today I am reading from a chapter towards the beginning, sort of, that involves Cora and Luke. These are the two main characters. They live on a lake in the mountains of North Carolina, just outside the little town of Laurel Cove, and they are neighbors. Luke has recently moved into the area, and they're both sort of going through figuring out how to move on to a new phase of both of their lives. And in this scene, they have gotten together at Luke's cabin to actually prepare dinner to take to their other neighbor on the lake, who is a sweet elderly woman named Ina. So in this, they are preparing dinner. Let me see where I was going to start out. Okay, here we go. He reached over to the oven and reached for the door. No, 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 Cora echoed his earlier warning and stepped to his side, placing a hand on his arm. We've got that digital reader thingy in there, remember? Luke looked down at her, face stoic, eyes searching hers. Her chest warmed under her apron and sweater. Slowly, a grin crept across his face, until a small dimple appeared. Digital reader thingy? Cora stepped back, suddenly aware of how close they were. You would have regretted it all night. You're right, that was close. He let out a breathy laugh and settled against the side of the counter. So, Cora said, doing the same against the counter opposite him. No reason to stop the investigation now. You needed an escape. Why Laurel Cove? And I'll pause here real quick. They were sort of getting to know each other and had joked about investigating each other's lives, getting to know one another. Luke looked around the cabin, eyes settling on the sliding glass door leading to the back deck past the kitchen. Cora glanced behind her in the same direction. The early evening sky was painted with pinks and purples, the smooth mountain range across the lake already black. Luke sighed. This was my mom's cabin. Maybe you met her before. Ellie Bassett? Cora studied Luke, whose gaze was still fixed on the door, the lake, or maybe a memory. In his face, she found something familiar, a longing. It pricked at her own wounded heart. Yes, I knew Ellie. She was lovely. I was sorry to hear of her passing. Yeah, she was lovely. I wasn't able to... His eyes fell. Crossing his arms across his chest, he looked to Cora. Truth is, I didn't make the time to come see her those last few years she was up here. I didn't know how to process her illness, so I stayed away too long. By the time we got her back to Boston, I'd missed the chance at quality time with her before. A lump swelled in Cora's throat as his voice trailed off. She rubbed a hand across her neck. He coughed and straightened, picking up the kitchen towel from the island and absently running it across an already clean countertop. Anyway, this cabin holds a lot of great memories from when I was a kid, and we came during the summer. You know, hiking, swimming in the cold lake, campfires. Cora nodded when he looked at her, smiling softly. Their eyes locked for several seconds until the oven timer buzzed, startling them both. Luke pressed a button and it quieted. With a hand on the oven door, he paused. I don't have anyone in my life who brought me peace like she did. I guess coming here makes me feel as close as I can get to her now. Is that crazy? Swallowing past the lump in her throat, Cora shook her head. Not at all. The mystery of Luke Bassett wasn't so complicated after all. He was grieving. If there was anything Cora understood, it was how grief for a person anchored you to a place. She suddenly found herself aching to tell her own story. Maybe Luke was exactly the one she needed to tell. So Suddenly Forever is, like I said, the second book in my Laurel Cove romance series. And if I'm being honest, it's my personal favorite book that I've written. This story has a lot of things special about it to me. One, it's set in the fall in the mountains of North Carolina, which is my absolute favorite season. So many different reasons, but in this book, you'll find a lot of those little fall touches. There's a festival, of course, there's the beautiful landscape, sights and sounds and smells of autumn. But it's also a little bit of a heavier story, including themes of grace and grief and moving on and figuring out what your life is after some major grief and disappointments. And I think the redemptive qualities of new love coming together in unexpected places and with quite unexpected people really gives some hope, I hope, to readers. So anyway, I hope you'll pick it up. Thanks so much for listening today to a tiny bit of Cora and Luke's story, and hope you have a great day. Happy reading.